You know, a big thing that we want to focus on in this 40-day journey is to remove the digits 40. If we focus on the 40, then we're making it a very limited journey. We have to look at it as a journey without the 40 days. The 40 days happens to be that's when the spies left, that's when they came back, and we know that it's 40 days, problematic 40 days, and we're just trying to sweeten judgments. But I explained that already a few times. You cannot have in your mind that after 40 days, everything goes back to normal. If you do that, you didn't lose, but we missed the point. Exactly. So don't think of 40 days. I'm seeing people commenting on the videos and on the website, okay, so it's not that bad. After 40 days, we go back to this and that. No, what's the point? It's almost like lo aleno, a person is addicted to drugs. He says, okay, I'll be clean for 40 days, and then I'll go back to the drugs after 40 days. So we use this 40 days as a step-by-step to go higher. But the point is to keep the altitude after the 40 days and not to lose altitude. So with that said, it's very important that every day we start adding one thing, a little thing, all these little things that a person can be observant for 50 years and they're already stuck in the same level and nothing changes. And each and every one of us has a lot of room to improve. Wherever you think you are holding, this is nothing compared to where you can easily elevate yourself. So the point to take, especially in these 40 days, and if you continue after, even better, that every day you put a focus on something small and you add something to your arsenal. But something very small. Not now pitom go and say, okay, I'm going to add 5 hours a day to learning Torah. Or if a person is not so observant, suddenly to observe Shabbat. Or something that is hard. I'm talking about the things, especially if a person is already observant, the little things that you either don't know, they're so small you don't even give any importance to it, or with the time, it's very easy to push away the things that seem not so big. Okay, what's the big deal? Now, when it's like 3 minutes to Shabbat, and you know you have 3 minutes, people run like a chicken without their head to make sure they hit that moment. But sometimes there's something that is particularly powerful in our way of life, and we don't see so importance to it, so we tend to completely ignore it. And dafka, these little things are the things that make the biggest difference. Because first of all, and most important, if you remember, there's a parasha in the Torah, Parashat Ekev. Ekev can also be read as Akev, and Akev is a heel. And Rashi says on that parasha, HaMitzvot she'adam dash be'akevav. The mitzvot that a person kind of like kicks it away with his heels, this is not so important. This I don't have to really put so much emphasis in it, something so minimum. On the other hand, if a person is very particular on the small things that are easy to do, by default, he will be particular about the big things to do. And if a person is not particular on the small things, by default, he won't be particular on big things. So the way to get yourself in spiritual shape for the big things, when a challenge comes, or a big mitzvah, then the way to work on it is to practice the muscle on small things. Because right now you might hold yourself in a good spiritual state, but you don't know what's waiting tomorrow or the next day. The Yetzer Hara might be waiting for you with a knockout. You have to be ready for that. And usually the Yetzer Hara will come to you when you're not ready. You'll have a week quiet. And then somebody will come and whisper to you, do you know what so-and-so did? And whew, the head will turn around faster than what the joints can even handle. And before you know it, you failed in Lashon Hara. And this is, of course, one example out of many. A man can be very particular with guarding his eyes. A week, 2, 3, 4, very strong, not to look in the wrong direction. And the Yetzer Hara in the corner of the eye will suddenly put that red dress. So you have to be very careful how you're preparing for the attack. The way to prepare it is specifically with focusing on the little things that you think they're not great, but they're really the greatest things.